Hey everybody, Tony from the Outsider channel here. Today I'm talking to you from my side yard at home because we're about to do the Fullerton Loop. The Fullerton Loop is a loop I can do out my front door. It's pretty easy. The reason I'm doing a trail guide on this loop is because the first couple times I did it, it's super confusing. I really would have appreciated a visual aid to go along with looking at the map because there's so many intersections, so many crossing the streets. It's really like a maze. It's almost like it's more difficult to navigate than actually ride. I'm gonna say this is about an hour and a half ride, depending on how quick you are. First time you do it, maybe a little more, but enough of the talk, let's get out on the trail. One more thing, this is probably the most family-friendly trail you're gonna get in Orange County, I'd say. So if you wanna bring the kids out, or if you got a buddy that wants to get into mountain biking, don't scare them and bring them to San Diego Oats Chutes Ridgeline. Take them here. Now let's get on the trail. And voila, we're at the Fullerton Courthouse. I'll have the link to that in the description. You can park anywhere. It's a huge parking lot, especially if you come after 5, the whole parking lot's empty. But even if you come during business hours, you just hop up here, the back of the lot, anywhere you like. And you're already on the trail. We're already coming to our first street crossing. It's actually at the courthouse parking lot. Just continue straight through the crosswalk. And continue on the same trail. And you're gonna follow this straight to the next street crossing, which is about barely a quarter of a mile. All right, we're at that next crosswalk. Continue straight. This is a fun little bonus, side action bonus. Let's watch out for hikers coming down the other way. Quick little drop in. That starts a fun little mellow descent. You can hit some of the berms on the side. And you're gonna make this sharp left here onto Hiltscher Trail. I know that because I just looked at the sign. Down this little downhill at the gate, we are going straight again into Hiltscher Park. Hit the left trail, fun little single track. Mostly flat, so keep the pedaling up. Most of the time the hikers are on the right hand side of here. Mostly, but not always. It's a fun section in the summer especially. You get some shade. If you're not comfortable on a bike, this is a good one to start out on. Bring a buddy, ask questions. But most importantly, really the hardest thing about this loop is just knowing where you're going. So at the end of Hiltscher Park, we're gonna cross Euclid. The trail picks up on the other side. I get a lot of questions right there when I'm riding. How do I get to the next trail line? You just cross the street, you just can't see it from the other side. Get down this hill. Get some speed for the climb ahead, the quick punchy climb. Into the neighborhood. And just go straight. So just follow this road straight to the bottom, and you're gonna head a sharp right. And you wanna cross the street here. This is where I'm talking about if you don't know where you're going, this loop can turn into a maze. You need the map, you need some kind of visual. Hopefully I'm providing some of that. The MTB project loop, link to this specific loop
is in the description. Highly recommend plugging the end of your phone. As you saw right there, I took it right into the train tracks. Trail picks up alongside of it. When you come to the end of this little connector trail, you're gonna wanna go straight across. The trail picks up almost directly to the left of the railroad tracks. Just cruise down this little dirt path here, and this points you right into the trail you wanna be on. So what makes up for challenge and really kind of a downhill technical aspect that this loop lacks, it's a hell of a workout. Across the street, through the crosswalk. And I believe this is, yep, Bridle Trail. This is a cool little park. I'll be bringing Pup or Pip, my little guy here, to run around in a couple hours after this ride. Bunny. All right, top of the climb at Bridle Trail. Guess what? Another street crossing. Head straight. Still climbing. Some nice little breather here. Street crossing, even if you get kind of lost or turned around, usually the trail is just kind of either across the street or very close to you. When I cross the street, I head left. You can go straight, but this is probably one of the more fun trail bonuses, hillside action pieces of this loop. Head up to the green fence, catch your breath, and get ready for the descent. Heads up, take it easy your first time through this section. It's all a little off camber. Kind of just shoots you where it wants. Just follow it straight through the little woody sections. Berm up a little bit right here. Straight again. Little jump. Kind of winds around through the hillside here, and then make this last right. Watch out, there's a little jump on the left. And just follow it straight over this little cement area. So no matter what area you take through that trail system, it'll lead back to this one. So get creative if you want. Just think of the sidewalk as part of the trail here, because you're gonna dip right back into it to the left. All right, here, you could take the sidewalk to the left here, or crawl up this little extra credit. I'll take those little drops, extra credits, where I can get them on this trail. Follow the sidewalk up to the intersection. A crosswalk has appeared. I'll see if I can catch this green. I got it. You're gonna cross Gilbert Street. The street on our left is Rosecrans. Head up to the top of the sidewalk. It's a little bit funner. Funner's not a word, more fun is. And just get the little climbing break in. Coast if you want. It's a little jump here at the end of this one. And we made the green light. Cross the street once again, cross Sunny Ridge, head up onto the sidewalk. These are the sections that get complicated for people that haven't ridden it before. You're on the sidewalk for a bit, you're crossing streets. There's not really a sign to keep up with the Fullerton Loop, although it's one of the most popular loops kind of on the map. I feel like the town should definitely invest in that. You're gonna take a right onto this trail here before the next parking lot. There's some white poles kind of as landmarkers in case you miss it. And we've got some pedaling to do. So like I said, this trail isn't super technical. but it'll open up your lungs, test your legs a little bit. If you're looking for a quick ride, midweek, even if you're an advanced rider, you want to stay in shape, you just want to keep your legs healthy, this is what I use this loop for. You have a couple options here. You could head up and keep going right, or you could take a left here and hit up some single track. Both lead to the same exact area depending on where your preference lies. This is steeper than it looks, just as a GoPro reminder. All right. You can go right there or head left down this little rock drop. Head left. Not because I told you to, but because you'll go off a cliff if you don't. Cactus just got my arm. Just pick your own way down. That used to be a little ladder bridge. It's gone now. Follow this little flood runoff up into this bank and back onto the main trail. You could go through that if you want. Yeah, let's go through that. I like this because I usually take the other way. It's all mental sometimes. Man, I was up at the bike park in Snow Summit, Big Bear this week. It's always a wake-up call when you get used to not using your legs. You get those chartered lifts up to the top of the mountain every time. Get a kick in the ass when you get back out on the real trails. Not that those aren't real, but you're earning them with a ticket and not your legs. Little downhill section here, be careful here. A lot of hikers, a lot of walkers from the neighborhood. Peeking around the corners, like that one. Veer right. Try to keep your speed as best you can because there's another little uphill. Like I said, this will kick your butt. They're not super steep climbs, but there's plenty of them. Careful at the bottom of this. It leads right into a street. We're gonna head straight across this when we get the walk signal. Straight across onto Castlewood Drive. Enjoy the little breather you get on this because we're going back up. We're gonna head left over this curb. You can get on the trail earlier, but if you got the bunny hop in you, snap off a bunny hop, keep your speed up into this climb. Another one of those steep, punchy climbs. Never get old on this trail. I like to head left up this little chute right here to the left. It's a nice little area to get a break, take in a view, and do a fun roller back into the trail. And it's one of the steeper ones right at the end of this corner. Nothing crazy, but you can play around in there if you want. And we're gonna get right back on the trail. So if you headed straight back there when I went up that little incline, it leads you right back to this same spot. This is the fastest section of the loop. Depending on how much you want to let off the brakes, you're gonna head through the fence. And you can really open it up here because hikers aren't coming up this way. It's a one-way only. So just stay off the brakes and lean back. gonna veer left. And we're gonna wanna cross the street when we can here. And we're gonna take a right on Laguna Road. And then left, right into the trail, which continues on through a little ranch. A little bit more climbing ahead of us right here. Follow it right down into little area, little park area. Cross this street once again, more street crossings, and we're going into Laguna Lake, which is a man-made lake, but pretty nonetheless. There are fish in there, it's turtles, don't catch those. Lots of ducks. I think I saw a dinosaur in there once. Kind of just popped its head up, no one else saw it though. Basically what we're doing is traversing this entire trail through the lake. And guess what's on the other side? Yes, another street crossing. Through the green gate, watch for cars, and make a sharp right. I like to go sharp right. You can go down the middle if you want. If you don't want to have fun, go down the middle. I like this little half pipey thing. Keep following this guy around the bend. Let's go up here, little plateau, and you want to get some speed from here because we're going up that chute. And we're back onto some fun single track above the main trail. Nothing too crazy, but it mixes it up. Ooh, it smells good. It smells like flowers. This is a fun section here. There's a jump off to the left. And then we're gonna go left right after this bridge. And hop right into that, or you can go around if you don't want to do that drop. Wind around down into the railroad tracks. After a rain, this is kind of a nightmare, but once the mud dries up, the cool thing about it is it flattens over the rocks. About a quarter of a mile down, you'll see the trail. Bike tracks wind to the right, switch back it up to the right, and cross the street. Trail picks up diagonally. If you need to, post up at the gate, put your leg up, take a breath, and jump right back in. This little jump up right here is fun with some speed. If you want to make it a little interesting, you can cruise up this guy. I went a little too wide on that. And you're just traversing next to the golf course. Pretty self-explanatory here. All right, we're gonna head through a tunnel here. Eyes open. I've headed through here before, and on my way in, a coyote ran out, scared the shit out of me. head left. You can go straight or right. Let's go right. Over the bridge. Talk about mind messers. Don't worry, that thing's solid. And then from here, just up the hill until it hits the paved road, and then we're gonna veer right onto the paved road. Little climb up the paved road, you're gonna see a dirt path on the right where the fence is broken in. You can't really miss it. Take a right into that. Left my shock open. Little jump. Leads you right into this driveway. And the ride's about done. Turn left into this parking lot. We're just trying to get access to the main road, to Harbor. And we're headed back to the courthouse from here. Take a right off Harbor onto Valley View. And then a left back to the courthouse on Berkeley. We're back at the courthouse. Check the video description. I'm gonna drop the MTB project link to the Fullerton Loop in there. I'll drop my Strava in there. Any other info I can think of that will be helpful on this ride. You should be parked right here. And this is exactly where we started the loop. Like I said, that's a complicated loop, but once you get one under your belt, you know what to look for. Hopefully this ride was a good visual aid for that. As always, I'm Tony from the Outsider channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me bring your map to life.